Marcus Rashford was once Manchester United's greatest hope at Old Trafford. But now he's quietly packing his bags, walking away from the club that once adored him. Is this a betrayal by Manchester United, or simply the inevitable end of an era? A move to Aston Villa, reckless desperation, or a final roll of the dice? It all happened so fast. Just 2 years ago, Rashford was the hero, hitting 30 goals in a single season. But football has its own way of testing those who have stood at the summit. A dramatic loss of form, off-pitch controversies, and now doubts from incoming manager Ruben Amorim. Rashford finds himself at a crossroads with no way back. Transfers like this always leave consequences. How will Manchester United cope after parting ways with a club icon? Is Aston Villa about to uncover a hidden gem, or have they simply bought a shadow of the past? More importantly, how will Marcus Rashford write the next chapter of his career? The relationship between Marcus Rashford and Manchester United has reached the point of no return. This isn't a sudden shock. It's the culmination of months of cracks widening beneath the surface. As Ruben Amorim takes over at United, he arrives with a crystal-clear philosophy. Those who don't give everything will have no place in his team. And just like that, Rashford has become surplus to requirements. 12 consecutive games out of the squad. A message from Amorim that couldn't be any clearer. If anyone needed proof of the Portuguese manager's ruthless nature, his decision to start a goalkeeper in an outfield position rather than play a star who wasn't fully committed said it all. Rashford's decline isn't just about his dwindling goal tally or his misplaced passes. It's his attitude that has truly disappointed both the coaching staff and the fans. The Rashford who once electrified Old Trafford now presses lazily, lacks hunger, and at times looks like he's actively avoiding responsibility on the pitch. Reports from inside the club suggest he frequently arrives at training unfocused, failing to show the mentality of a top-level star. His infamous night out at a bar before an important match in early March was the final straw, forcing the club's hierarchy to take internal disciplinary action. With United at a crossroads, patience has run out. The Erik ten Hag era is over, and Ruben Amorim is determined to rebuild with fresh faces. A key factor in Rashford's departure is the arrival of younger, more dynamic targets who fit better into Ruben Amorim's system. Manchester United have set their sights on Bayern Munich's Mathys Tel, a pacey, hard-working forward with a hunger to prove himself. With an attacking lineup already featuring Alejandro Garnacho, Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee, along with plans for further reinforcements, there's simply no space for a high-earning star on £325,000 a week who lacks the motivation to fight for his place. Rashford himself has come to terms with this harsh reality. At 27, he can't afford to remain stuck in the endless cycle of expectation and disappointment. Seeking a fresh challenge is the logical next step, and Aston Villa has arrived as the perfect opportunity at the perfect time. Their qualification for the Champions League round of 16 was a decisive factor. Rashford has long yearned to compete at Europe's most prestigious stage once again. At Villa Park, he will work under the experienced guidance of Unai Emery. If there's one place that could reignite Rashford's career, it's Aston Villa. Manchester United once placed their faith in Marcus Rashford, but football is a game of constant evolution. When a player no longer fits the system, he will be replaced. This departure is not just an opportunity for Rashford to rediscover himself. It also paves the way for Manchester United to move forward with a younger, hungrier squad. In many ways, this transfer was inevitable. Aston Villa is building a team capable of competing on the European stage, and the signing of Rashford is a clear statement of that ambition. Unai Emery isn't simply looking for a short-term solution after losing John Duran. He wants a player who can make a difference in the biggest games. Despite his struggles at Manchester United, Rashford remains a player of undeniable quality and elite experience. With 426 appearances and 138 goals to his name, he has played on the biggest stages: the Premier League, the Champions League, and even the World Cup. These are credentials that cannot be overlooked. As Aston Villa prepares for the Champions League knockout rounds, they need a player who can handle the pressure of decisive moments. And in Marcus Rashford, they may have found the perfect answer. In the Premier League, Aston Villa also needs quality squad depth in attack. Ollie Watkins is in excellent form, but he cannot carry the team alone, while Leon Bailey remains inconsistent. Rashford can operate on the left wing, play as a false nine, or even lead the line when necessary. Under a tactician as adaptable as Unai Emery, players with pace and intelligent movement, like Rashford, will have plenty of opportunities to shine. Rashford himself knows that this is a rare chance to start over. Manchester United may have shut the door on him, but Aston Villa has not. Unai Emery has a track record of reviving players once thought to be past their peak, just as he helped Dani Parejo rediscover his form at Villarreal, or transformed Pau Torres from an unknown defender into a world-class centre-back. Emery doesn't need a disheartened, unmotivated Rashford. He wants a fired-up, hungry Rashford, ready to prove his worth. If Rashford seizes this opportunity, he won't just salvage his career, he'll open the door to a promising new chapter. With the 2026 World Cup approaching, this move carries even greater significance. More than anyone, Rashford knows that to secure a spot in England's squad, he must play regularly, score goals, and make an impact. A standout season at Aston Villa could put him back in the spotlight and catch the eye of Thomas Tuchel, paving the way for his return to the national team. However, opportunity always comes with risk. If Rashford continues to display the same lackluster performances that plagued him at Manchester United, Aston Villa will have no hesitation in rejecting a permanent transfer. And if that happens, his future will be more uncertain than ever. United has already made a decisive choice to move on. If he fails at Villa, returning to Old Trafford as the same star he once was will be impossible. His only remaining options may be a move to a lesser club, or worse, an unfamiliar league, far from the European spotlight. Now, everything is in Rashford's hands. Villa has given him the ticket to move forward, but only he can decide where his journey leads. Every time an icon departs Old Trafford, emotions among the fans rise in different directions, and Rashford's exit amidst controversy and uncertainty is no exception. For many devoted Manchester United supporters, this is a heartbreaking end. They remember the young teenager who burst onto the scene with a brace against Midtjylland on his debut, the electric forward who lit up the 2022/23 season with 30 goals across all competitions. But time waits for no one, and football has no place for sentimentality. Others in the fan base, however, support the club's decision. They believe United needs a drastic overhaul, clearing out unmotivated players to make way for fresh, hungry talents. Rashford was once an icon, but no one is untouchable. His departure isn't just a hot topic among United fans. It has sparked debates among pundits as well. Former player Paul Merson believes Rashford should move abroad, stating that English football is too intense and the relentless UK media will not give him peace if his struggles continue. Meanwhile, Jamie Redknapp views this transfer from Aston Villa's perspective, calling it a huge gamble. If Rashford finds his form, Villa will have one of Europe's most dangerous attackers. If he doesn't, they will be stuck with an expensive, underperforming player. Inside the club, Ruben Amorim remains firm. He has no regrets about excluding Rashford from his plans. I don't doubt his talent, but football is more than just talent. If Rashford wants to succeed again, he must change his mentality and work harder. On the other hand, Unai Emery is excited about the signing. The Spanish coach sees Rashford as a potential missing piece for Aston Villa. He has the qualities we need: pace, finishing ability, and experience in big games. If he can rediscover himself, Villa will have a serious weapon. Rashford now stands at a crossroads in his career. On one side, the potential for a dazzling resurrection. On the other, an abyss with no way out. If he adapts quickly to his new environment, he could rediscover the form that made him one of the brightest stars at Manchester United. Aston Villa is ready to activate the buyout clause and make him a key figure in their long-term plans if he finds his spark again. The transfer of Rashford to Villa is one of the most talked-about deals of January 2025. A player once considered Manchester United's greatest hope now joins a club with ambitions to break through, though not yet a true powerhouse. Still, this move seems sensible for all parties involved. Manchester United can offload a huge salary, focusing on younger, more fitting players for Ruben Amorim's style. Aston Villa gains a player with experience, someone who can make an impact in big games. For Rashford, this is his final chance to prove his worth. The rest no longer lies in the numbers on the contract, but in how he faces the future. Villa Park could be the starting point for a glorious new chapter, or a pit stop in a career that is losing direction. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more exciting content coming your way. Thank you.